Typically, the biggest downside to stacking fractional gold is the high cost of premiums. And while that is definitely a challenge, there are times when paying the premium is worth it and makes a ton of sense. We are in one of those moments right now. Thus far, 2022 has been an interesting year for gold, as the first 6 months went from smooth and steady sailing to rough and dangerous waters. As we started the year at 1804, we peaked around $2,050 at the start of the Russian-Ukraine war, and then we traded within a reasonable range. And then all of a sudden, the bottom fell out as gold dropped $67 last week and silver got pounded by the waves. In addition to the dangerous waters, we now have blood in the water, and we all know that that brings out the sharks, as they can smell it from miles away. And now we find ourselves surrounded by sharks. And as a black man who can't swim, who's seen Jaws movies, and watches Shark Week, I felt like it was best that I get my butt out of the water. And as I've shared in some of my previous videos, I've been sitting the market out lately because of the risks that I see. While I don't consider myself a contrarian, you also know that I like to kind of chop at some of the sacred cows and commonly held beliefs that people just accept as truth or as the quote unquote best way to do things. Which means I hate the idea of dollar cost averaging in a falling market environment. With that said, as an educator, my role in this channel is to help you be the best investor possible, get more medals for your money, and share some of the best practices, strategies, and approaches with you. Because regardless of what I think about dollar cost averaging, many of you are going to continue to swim with the sharks. So we might as well talk about how to manage and minimize the risk as you do this. Remember, stackers don't avoid risk because it can't be avoided. Instead, we focus on how to manage that risk. So let's talk about it. With everything going on with the market and with what I see as a potential downside for the rest of the month for certain, I believe fractional gold is the perfect type of gold to be purchasing. I get it. 1750 gold is very tempting. It's calling you. It's almost seducing you, whispering, go to the LCS. Go to findbullionprices.com and let's go shopping. I hear it too. Trust me, my germ, gotta have real money, has turned into full-fledged germitis. I am fully inflamed and I have a deep desire to go shopping too. If you haven't gotten a chance to check out that video, you should check it out. It's a ton of fun. I'll link to it at the end. At any rate, with this week's economic data coming out, specifically the 3-year inflation report, jobless claims, CPI and core CPI, retail sales and retail inventory, along with the Fed meeting on the 27th, which the CME Fed Watch tool says that there's a 93% chance of a 75 basis point increase. There are a lot of things going on, and a safe bet would be to lock in some ounces in this $1,700 range, which is why fractional gold seems to make the most sense right now. The benefit of doing fractional gold right now is that it allows you to stay active and to continue to buy at these low levels, but then also still keeping some dry powder if the market pulls back further. I know the premiums on fractional coins suck, but there are two things I want you to do. One, think of the premium as more of a hedge or an option fee that you have to pay. It's to protect you if gold decides to take off tomorrow because, hey, at least you got some at this lower level. And two, it doesn't make you fully commit like a full ounce coin does. Because as we witnessed last week, dropping $67 in a week is not hard for gold. Now, there's a bit of good news that comes with these coins right now, particularly as it pertains to premiums. As I've shared, premiums have started to come down on silver, and now we're starting to see it come down in gold. In April and May, when I did a few fractional gold videos back then, premiums were significantly higher than now, and they ranged anywhere from 14 to 30% depending on the size. In fact, when I researched this weekend, I found government minted coins were right around 10 or 11%, and that was for a 10th ounce. Completely insane. Take a look at the screen and let me show you what I found. Of course, I started by going to findbullionprices.com. I'm not sponsored by them, but I should as much as I hype them. At any rate, in yellow, you'll see the spot price. In purple, the price for a 1 ounce Eagle, Brit, and generic bar. You all know that I like to keep it cheap with those bars if the price difference is large enough. In the bottom half, you'll see In black, the spot or melt price per coin, and then the coin size is one row up from there. In red, you'll see the lowest prices that I found. In gold highlight, I've calculated the premium, and in one row below in green, you can see that premium as a percentage. And then right below that, you'll see the premium if you bought 1 ounce worth of that coin. As you know, I'm cheap and I hate paying premiums, but I have to tell you, this is a great time to buy fractional gold. And amazingly, 1 10-ounce coins are only 10.5% of a premium versus 9.5% for a quarter. And the difference between buying a quarter-ounce coin and a half-ounce coin is only $24. And what's even crazier is that you could actually buy 2 quarter-ounce coins for only $18 more than you would buy a half-ounce coin. Folks, rarely do we see numbers so tightly grouped like this when it comes to premium. In fact, you could even buy 5 1 10-ounce coins and only spend $26 over what you would pay for a half-ounce coin. And while I'm no fan of 10-ounce coins or the idea that you need to have a variety of sizes, I just don't think all that's important. But right now, you could add some real size diversity for your stack and not have to pay a large chunk in premium. Not to mention, if you are someone that would sell person to person as gold prices increase, selling a 10th ounce or a quarter ounce coin will always be a lot easier because you have such a larger pool of people who can afford that price range. But before you even think about selling in person, make sure you watch my How to Do It Safely video. I'll link that at the end. Before we continue, if you're finding value in this video or this video has been helpful, could you please hit that like button? It's just a simple click, but it really helps support the channel and get the message out about this video. Also, hey, feel free to hit that super thanks button if you'd like to buy Dr. Stacker a cup of coffee or as a thank you. With that, all the coins that I found were government minted coins, which is even more amazing. Some of you know that I do love me some old LME and European gold coins because of the super low premium. But right now, given the premium and the price point for gold, these government minted coins are absolutely the best way to go right now. That's not always the case, but right now it is. Right now, it's not worth dealing with the odd weighted coins and everything else associated with those particular coins. While some will disagree, I will also share that I don't believe it matters if the coin is a Brit, a Maple, a Philharmonic, or whatever. And yes, while the Gold Eagle is the most popular here in the United States, it just doesn't matter. So I hope you take some time to really consider picking up some fractional gold as a way to stay active in the market, but also as a way to keep you some dry powder just in case prices do fall further. And this is unique because this is one of those times where you're not going to waste a lot of money in premium. And so right now, in my opinion, fractional gold is the best way to go. And I think based off of the numbers, you can go a variety of ways with 1 10 ounces to equal a half ounce or just buying the half ounce because they're so tight that is just really unique. And I've rarely seen that in the gold market. In the comment section, please share if you think that you might buy some fractional gold. And if you do, what size coin are you thinking about buying? And then also let me know, do you ever use findbullionprices.com? Don't forget, if you want to know why PMs are so addictive, I will link that video at the end, along with how to buy and sell safely in person and another video on fractional gold. Way to be my A+ students for seeing this video all the way through. Always stack smarter and never stop learning.